Hello and welcome to The Night Sky in a Telescope, a YouTube channel devoted to helping you explore the night sky. In this episode, we'll have a quick review of the moon and planets for October 2020 and turn our attention to some of the night sky events you can see with just your eyes or binoculars. This month, Mars is at its best, while later in the month, the Orionid meteor shower will put on a show and there's a Halloween full moon to look forward to. October starts with Mercury at greatest eastern elongation on the 1st. This means the planet can be seen towards the west after sunset. It will be pretty low, so you'll need an unobstructed view of the horizon to see it. Start looking about 20 minutes after sunset. You'll have to be quick as it sets about an hour after the sun. It will start at magnitude 0.07 at the beginning of the month, but will get fainter and lower as the days go by. Then, depending upon your location, it will disappear from view somewhere between the 10th and the 15th of the month. If you have a telescope, it will appear roughly 60% illuminated and 7 arc seconds in diameter on the 1st. 2 weeks later, on the 15th, it will be 24% illuminated and 9 arc seconds in diameter. October really belongs to Mars, but Jupiter and Saturn are still prominent in the south after sunset. They set between midnight and 1 AM on the 1st and between 10 and 11 PM on the 31st, giving you a good couple of hours of observing time before they disappear. If you're an avid sky watcher, you may be tracking Jupiter as it catches up to Saturn. The pair will be a little more than 7¼ degrees apart on the 1st, but that gap will close by 2 degrees by Halloween. Look out for a crescent moon to the lower right of the pair on the 21st, and a nearly first quarter moon between the two on the following night. Jupiter starts the month at magnitude -2.4 and 40 arc seconds in apparent diameter. It will fade slightly to magnitude -2.2 by the 31st, while simultaneously shrinking to 37 arc seconds in size. At opposition on August 19th, it was magnitude -2.9 and 49 arc seconds, and while it's now fainter and smaller, it's still well worth a look. Saturn tells a similar story, but being more distant, the changes aren't so dramatic. At opposition on August 14th, it was magnitude 0.3 and just under 19 arc seconds in apparent diameter. On the 1st of October, it will be magnitude 0.5 and 17 arc seconds across. That will reduce slightly over the course of the month to magnitude 0.6 and 16 arc seconds by the 31st. Neptune was at opposition last month and is still well placed for observation. It will be reasonably high over the southeastern horizon a few hours after sunset on the 1st and will set at around 4 AM. It remains a dim magnitude 7.8 throughout the month and within the same binocular field as Phi Aquarii. So now let's talk about the planet everyone will be watching this month, Mars. The red planet rises shortly after sunset on the 1st and can be seen over the eastern horizon a few hours later. It will reach opposition on the 13th and will rise at sunset. Since it's opposite the Sun in the sky, it will be visible throughout the entire night and will be due south at 1 AM or midnight if your location doesn't observe daylight savings time. It starts the month at magnitude -2.5 and with an apparent diameter of 22.5 arc seconds. By the time of opposition, it will have brightened slightly to -2.6, but its apparent diameter will remain the same. It then starts to fade fairly quickly and will be magnitude -2.2 by the 31st. Its apparent diameter will also be reduced, shrinking to 20.2 arc seconds. Realistically, October and November are the two best months to observe the planet. By the end of November, it will have faded to magnitude -1.2 and shrunk to just under 15 arc seconds. Telescopically, you'll be able to see the dark markings on the planet's surface and possibly the glint of the southern polar ice cap. The full moon appears to its right on the 1st and then just below the red planet the following night. Observers in the far southern tip of South America could be lucky enough to see an occultation. The waxing gibbous moon then appears to its right again on the 28th and to the lower left on the 29th. Uranus rises soon after Mars and also reaches opposition this month. However, unlike Mars, it won't be a brilliant naked eye object and unless you're an experienced observer with dark skies and excellent eyesight, you'll need binoculars to see it. It reaches opposition on Halloween, but will remain at magnitude 5.7 throughout the entire month. Its apparent diameter, 4 arcseconds, won't change either. This leaves us with Venus. It reaches greatest western elongation on the 29th, which means you can catch it in the pre-dawn sky. It consistently rises at about 3 hours before the sun throughout the month and maintains a steady magnitude of -4.0. It starts the month with an apparent diameter of 15 arcseconds and a disk that's 72% illuminated. By the end of the month, it will be slightly smaller at 13 arcseconds and with 81% of its disk illuminated. Go outside on the morning of the 1st and you'll see the planet close to Regulus, the brightest star in the constellation of Leo the Lion. Come back on the 2nd to see the planet just to the upper right of the star, but 24 hours later it will appear on the opposite side. The waning crescent moon pays a visit on the 13th, before skipping past the planet and then hovering below it the following morning. All this time Venus has been passing through Leo, but it will cross the border into Virgo on the 22nd, where it will remain for the rest of the month. As for the moon, it turns full on the 1st and will be in Cetus that evening. Last quarter occurs late in the evening on the 9th for observers in North America. You'll find it close to the stars of Castor and Pollux in the pre-dawn sky of the 10th. After new moon on the 16th, first quarter occurs on the 23rd. You'll see it on the western edge of Capricornus that night. You may already know that there's a second full moon this month, and, appropriately, it's on Halloween. Modern pop culture lore will tell you that this is a blue moon, but this isn't exactly true. In recent times, the second full moon in a month has come to be known as the blue moon, but it never used to be this way. The original definition of a blue moon was the third full moon in a season of 4. Having said that, it's been 19 years since the last Halloween full moon, and the next won't happen again until 2039. October's second full moon will appear in Aries that night, and although it won't be blue, with luck, you'll still be able to enjoy all the treats and none of the tricks of this year's Halloween. Before we wrap things up, there's one bonus night sky sight for observers this October. The Orionid meteor shower reaches its maximum in the early hours of the 21st. Fortunately, the moon will be a crescent and will set early in the evening, so its light won't brighten the sky and drown out the fainter shooting stars. Under ideal conditions, you could expect to see about 20 shooting stars an hour, but you'll need to be under dark skies to come close to seeing that many. If you want to try your luck, you can look towards the east from about 9 PM or wait until after midnight when Orion itself will be rising. That's it for this month. If you liked the video, hit the subscribe button and feel free to comment below. If you're interested in my books, you can find them at tinyurl.com/RJBAmazon-US, and if you'd like to come join the Stars and Stuff Facebook group, you can find it at tinyurl.com/SNS Facebook group. Lastly, you're more than welcome to email me at astronomywriter@gmail.com with any questions you might have. Thanks for watching, and until we meet again, clear skies to you.